Good morning, everyone. I'm Marielyn Elmandia and I will discuss achieving the eudaimonia. Before we discuss achieving the eudaimonia, let's first discuss what is eudaimonia. So, eudaimonia is a combination of prefix eu, which means good or well, and daimon, which means spirit, na ang ibig sabihin ay pamumuhay ayon sa kalikasan ng isang tao. In its simplest translated form, eudaimonia is often taken to mean happiness. Sometimes it is translated from the original ancient Greek as welfare, sometimes flourishing, and sometimes as well-being. Ang eudaimonia ay living a life of flourishing, fulfillment, and well-being rather than just momentary happiness. Eudaimonia is about individual happiness. Ang eudaimonia ay nakafocus sa pag-achieve ng life that is deeply meaningful and virtuous. Binibigyang diin ang pangmatagalang kasiyahan kaysa sa panandaliang kasiyahan. Ito ay closely tied sa practice of virtues such as wisdom, courage, and moderation. Overall, ang eudaimonia is about cultivating the best version of oneself in order to live a deeply fulfilling and purposeful life. Now let's discuss achieving the eudaimonia. Every act and purpose seem to aim at some good, and so it has been well said that the good is that at which everything aims. Bawat action, whether it is small or large, appears to have some good as it goes. Ang ideyang ito ay nagre-reflect na ang lahat ay naghahangad na makamit ang isang bagay na kapaki-pakinabang o mahalaga. The ultimate good is the highest aim or purpose toward which all things strive. Money, power, physical beauty are only instrumental good because they are desired for the sake of something else. Ang concept ng money, power, and physical beauty are not inherently good in themselves but are instrumental goods, meaning they are not pursued not for their own sake but as means to achieve something greater such as happiness, fulfillment, or well-being. Ang true good naman ay something that is desirable for its own sake, such as eudaimonia or living a virtuous life. Intrinsic good is the supreme end of every act, the good that is desired for the sake of itself. This is what we call happiness. Ang intrinsic good ay isang bagay na pinahahalagan at hinahangad for its own sake, and it serves as the ultimate end or goal of all actions. According to Aristotle, supreme intrinsic good ay ang tinutukoy na happiness or eudaimonia, which is achieved by living a life in alignment with one's true nature and purpose. Aristotle said man's good lies in his function. Man in his whole nature has a function natural to him as man. Sinasabi niya na every being, including humans, has a unique function or purpose. At ito yung tinutukoy niya na man's good lies in his function. For humans, kabilang dito ang pag-exercise ng reason and virtue, since ito daw ay nakukonsider as natural to our nature. To sum it up, ang true happiness or eudaimonia ay maa-achieve when a person lives in accordance with their function, developing their virtues and intellect to flourish as a human being. It is an example of achieving the eudaimonia. Pinapakita sa picture na ang bawat action natin are tied to specific end goals, which in turn lead to achieving a desired good. Ilan sa mga ito ay when someone engages in the act of studying. Ang immediate goal ay education, and ang outcome ng goal na yon ay the good of passing grade. Tulad din ito ng working, which aims to build a career leading to the attainment of a degree or professional achievement. In medicine, the act of treatment is intended upang ma-maintain ang health, which is valuable good. And last, relationships aim toward building connections that foster friendship and love, which are intrinsically good. These examples implies that each act leads to an end goal that is a step toward a larger, more valuable outcome, often something that is good in and of itself beyond just being a means of an end.
Good day, everyone. Again, this is Katrina Cassandra Almacunat together with Miss Maria Lynn Mandia, and we are going to tackle the good habits and bad habits. So, as a human being, kung titignan natin, it can be looked at as a puzzle. Why? Because it made up of many different puzzle pieces. May iilan na those pieces seem to fit, while yung ibang pieces, it may look like they don't belong. Pero lahat ng pieces na yon sa isang puzzle, ito yung bubuo sa iyo as a whole person. Seemingly opposite puzzle pieces can be called vices and virtues, or pwede din nating tawagin as a good habits or a bad habits. We can use different names for them, like pwede siya maging strength and weaknesses, things we like about ourselves, or kung ano ba yung gustong gusto nating ginagawa, and the things we don't. Good habits or virtue, ito yung attitudes or yung character traits ng isang tao na nag-e-enable sa kanya na mag-act in a way na madidevelop yung kanyang potential. Kumbaga dito, we know kung ano yung makakabuti para sa sarili natin at hindi. Say for example, dahil alam natin na ang pagsisigarilyo ay nakakasama sa katawan natin, nakakasira ng baga natin, kaya hindi natin siya ginagawa. Kumbaga, itong virtues na ito, nadidevelop siya through learning and through practice. Kumbaga, may disiplina ang isang tao. May disiplina tayo sa sarili. Sabi nga ni Aristotle, virtues are habits. Kasi once na na-acquire na natin yung alam nating hindi makakasama sa ating sarili, then it will become a characteristic of a person. Kasi our virtues are what we show to the world to say na ito ako eh, this is who I am. Ito yung magagandang habits na tutulong sa sarili ko para mag-succeed sa buhay. Ito yung magandang habits na ipagpapatuloy ko kasi this is who I am. However, kung may good habits, of course, may bad habits. And yan po yung i-discuss ng susunod na reporter. Thank you!
Since na-discuss na ni Casey ang good habit or virtue, I will now discuss bad habit or vice. Vices weaken the will, making it more difficult to resist temptations and make morally good choices. They can lead to a lack of self-control, moral apathy, and a diminished capacity to act in accordance with one's values and principles. Ito daw ay nawi-weaken or nakukorrupt ang will. Vices tulad ng greed, dishonesty, and laziness distort the will, making it more prone to choose actions that are harmful or morally wrong. Over time, ang vices daw ay maaaring mag-lead to loss of self-discipline and moral clarity na magiging dahilan upang mahirapan ng isang tao to pursue what is genuinely good and instead leading one to seek short-term pleasures or selfish gains. Ang isang example nito ay palaging pagsisinungaling o panloloko sa iba. It will weaken the will by eroding moral integrity. Ito ay nag-create ng internal conflicts and a lack of trust, making it more challenging to make ethical decisions and maintain authentic relationships. Another example is procrastination. This habit involves delaying tasks and responsibilities. It weakens the will by fostering a tendency to avoid difficult or unpleasant tasks, leading to increased stress and decreased productivity. Over time, procrastination can erode self-discipline and make it harder to take consistent positive action. Another example ulit is neglect of responsibilities. Habitually avoiding responsibilities or failing to meet obligations can weaken the will by fostering a pattern of irresponsibility. This can lead to a lack of accountability and the accumulation of unresolved issues, making it harder to focus on long-term goals. So, these bad habits not only affect immediate actions but can also undermine the overall ability to make sound, disciplined, and morally guided decisions. Overall, virtues strengthen the will and guide it toward the good, while vices weaken the will and lead it away from the good. And that is all for my report po. Thank you.